Hello there, so in today's video I'll be giving you guys my predictions for the season finale of Star Wars Rebels. So it's a 90-minute long block. The first episode is A Fool's Hope, and the second one is Family Reunion and Farewell. That I think is the hour-long season finale, rather. Fool's Hope is the regular episode, 30-minute long episode. But anyhow, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions today. So, I'm not quite sure. We know that Lothal will be liberated, but in Star Wars Battlefront, it's implied that, Daryl and Aiden were present on the Rebel side for Lothal's liberation. So I'm not sure that Lothal will be liberated at the end of Rebels. And that makes, I think, some good sense, because the Battle of Scarif and Yavin are cited as the beginning of the Galactic Civil War, and the Rebel Alliance's first victories. So I think it's safe to say that Lothal won't be liberated, but I think it's also safe to say that the Empire is not going to be all good about it. What I try to say there is that the Empire won't benefit at all from their victory. The rebels, I think, will inflict massive damage on the Empire, but will be forced to evacuate and leave the fight. But I don't think for all we know, this episode could take place over decades, over a decade till after the Star's liberation later on. I doubt that, and sincerely doubt that. Never know for sure, but I don't think that's happening. I do think it will end before A New Hope and Rogue One, the main event for those two movies. So I do think that is going to happen. We're going, and something. I think it's hard to say for sure what's going to happen. Judging by A Fool's Hope, I'm not sure what that. Well, it's obviously a fool's having some hope. But that's quite obvious. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I'm talking about the episodes more as a whole. But let's talk about Family Reunion and Farewell. So we know that Callus is going to show up on the Star, same with Rex and Wolf and Gregor. So I think Family Reunion and Farewell, all these characters we have seen in the past for Rebels that are still alive, we'll see again. We know, and Honda's also showing up too because of the preview clip. So I think all these characters that have been introduced will show up in Family Reunion, because a reunion of some sort. Maybe we'll also get some other characters too. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking no for sure what we're getting. Ahsoka may or may not pop up. Because spoiler alert for the last week's episodes of Rebels, we should have watched them by now, is that Ahsoka does survive through a duel with Darth Vader. She could show up again, cause again, it is very possible. Or she won't show up for sure. I'm not sure. Let's give it a 50-50 on Ahsoka showing up. We'll probably see her communicate with Mom Martha. I'm pretty sure that Hera will talk to Mom Martha at least once. I'm feeling a few other things. I have a feeling the main thing that's going to happen in this episode is that the rebels are going to fight their way off Lothal so they can help the Rebel Alliance continue to fight the Empire. I'm feeling the scientists, like Hondo, Callus, and the clones are going to be like the people getting on the planet to help the rebels get off. I have a feeling that's probably what's going to be happening. Though, like, this entire thing I think will be more of an extraction. Would it be kind of melancholy to have them end it without them liberating Lothal? Because that's like what it's being built to, but Lothal is implied that Lothal is not liberated until after the Battle of Endor. Specifically because it's stated in Star Wars Battlefront. No, it's always Battlefront 2, sorry. It's always possible that, that Daryl happened to be with the Empire on Lothal. It is always possible, but the dialogue does not give that implication in Battlefront 2's campaign. So I'm leaning toward the fact that Lothal won't be liberated. Or I think at the very least the Empire's operations on Lothal will be shut down. But the rebels I don't think will be able to take Lothal back. That's what I'm trying to say as a whole. And we should really talk about the characters. Survival. Who's going to survive? Who's not going to survive? Well, if Ahsoka shows up, she's going to probably die. Hate to say it, but I just got that feeling if she shows up. Ezra, either way. We know Hera and Chopper's going to survive. With Callus, I'm not sure. He can survive very easily, because he could just be in the background. We don't need to see characters for them to be alive. He could survive very easily, because we would have never noticed Callus among the Rebel Alliance. As for the clones, well, Wolf and Gregor, Wolfie, is it Wolf or Wolfie? I'm never quite sure, but him and Gregor, they could survive or die. I think more likely than not die, because we would have noticed somebody with a cybernetic implant and someone who's crazy, but it is possible they're just fighting the Empire or somewhere else. Rex, I think, of the three clones we know for sure, is the most likely to survive the Star Wars Rebels, because that one character in Endor, you can say looks a lot like Rex, the right beard and all that. I think to say that is Rex it's a small jump, but a reasonable jump. It may or may not be, but that gives credence to predicting that Rex may survive. Zeb could survive again. Sabine could survive, but be fighting with the Mandalorians. That I think will be what happens for Sabine. As for Ezra, it's a bit up in the air. He probably will die, because we know Luke would have sought him out. But it's also possible that that they met, but Ezra told Luke that Luke wouldn't want to learn from him. It's always possible. Or Luke knew of that Ezra was out there fighting with the Rebel Alliance, but knew that he couldn't interact for some specific reason. And that is something they could actually explore in the comic. I would actually think that being kind of interesting that Luke from early on knew of Ezra being part of the Rebel Alliance, but he also knew for sure that he could not contact Ezra for a certain reason. That would be a good way to explain why Luke doesn't seem to seek out Ezra in the original trilogy and the comics and other material. That would kind of make some sense a lot. It's also possible Ezra could die. That is very likely. I think of the characters I talked about, I think Ezra is the most likely to die, but they could honestly surprise us. Rook could kill Zeb, and Rook is the only character that I think should kill Zeb. I just feel like there's some history between Rook species, the Nogri and the Lothal. It's implied that there's some kind of history in there, very subtly, but it's implied. I think that would be kind of neat. And I feel like that'd be the best character to kill Zeb off, probably the one most skilled. Or it could even be Zeb survives, because Callus jumps in and sacrifices himself for Zeb. That would actually be the biggest culmination of Callus's character arc. He started out with the Empire, he warmed up to the Rebels, and eventually joined the Rebel Alliance after interacting with Zeb and having to survive with Zeb on the moon of Geonosis. But I think the ultimate culmination in his story arc would be for Agent Callus to sacrifice himself for Zeb. That actually would be a very good way to end Callus's character and story arc. All the other character story arcs don't necessarily revolve around them needing to die in order to satisfy it. Ezra's a bit harder. I think his story arc's satisfying conclusion would be liberating Lothal, but I don't think Lothal will be liberated. So that's why I'm thinking Ezra could easily survive. again, he could also get sucked, go back into the world between worlds, and he happens to exit it at the right time to help the Rebel Alliance liberate Lothal in the future. Which actually, I think that'd be kind of a neat way to explain why Luke does not seek Ezra out, and also would be a good satisfying conclusion for Ezra's story arc. That actually would make a lot of sense. And then if Ahsoka shows up, her satisfying conclusion would be, I think. Actually, I'm not sure what a satisfying conclusion for Ahsoka would be. Really, the logical one is impossible. And it's not really logical because it is impossible. But if we did not know about the original trilogy, the satisfying conclusion for Ahsoka's story arc would be getting through to Anakin and redeeming Anakin from being Darth Vader. That would be it, but we know that can't be it. The only other possibilities I think of would be being killed by Darth Vader or the Emperor. I just feel like that's a good satisfying conclusion for her arc, but it's not really satisfying. A sacrifice maybe. I just don't see a good satisfying conclusion for Ahsoka's story arc. But it is implied that her character is not done with. Her character is not done being used in Star Wars. That is the implication I got from last week's episode of Rebels Recon. So yeah. When you look at the characters, from what I'm seeing, only Cal's concluding story arc I think could involve his death, or should involve his death. He's the only character I can see where a death will make a good concluding story arc. Rex again, I think will make a good concluding story arc, but I'm not so sure. I think it'd be better to make him that one soldier, rebel trooper on Endor in Return of the Jedi. I think that would be a good conclusion for him. I really do think so, and we can explain why we don't see him throughout the rest. Make him be responsible for training rebel soldiers, because I think he could do it. And then the only reason why he's in there would be because he wants to help take down hopefully strike the last blow at the Empire, which I think he would do, which would make a satisfying arc for him. And that's really all I can say, because there's so many things going on and so many characters. But I think it's safe to say that Wolf and Gregor will die. I'm just positive about that, because I can't see the characters concluding any other way and having any meaningful story part conclusion besides helping the rebels somehow. But if we know something with the war between worlds will launch all these characters into the future. It's possible, but I think Ezra's the only one who actually could go through that. I think Sabine's story arc will take her back to Mandalore and help fight the Empire on Mandalore. Zeb, I'm not sure where his story arc will take him. But I think I have a good beat on Chaos, like Chaos is going to die. I really can't think of any other satisfying conclusion to his story arc. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And also comment down below. What do you think is going to happen in the series finale for Star Wars Rebels? I would love to hear from you. And any of them that I like, I will share at the beginning of my review video Tuesday morning. Well, thank you for watching. Also, subscribe to my channel for future Star Wars content. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.